Kamren Kinchens. Oh yes, Kinchens. I keep wanting to say Kitchens because it's spelled just like kitchens almost, except for an N instead of a T. Out of Miami, 6 foot even, 205 pounds, 21 years old. In 12 games, 59 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss, 6 interceptions, including 1 for a touchdown, 6 passes deflected there, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. This past year, just 12 games. I'm sorry, just 10 games instead of the 12 he did the prior year. But he did basically the same output, which is interesting. 59 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 5 interceptions, including 1 for a touchdown, 5 passes deflected there, 1 fumble recovery, and a 67.8 PFF grade there. Now, again, I said about less games. He was carted off the field in September. Really carted. Like, this was one of those, like, you wait for the cart to come out there. Everybody, guys are kneeling on the field, hoping you're doing good and stuff like that. It was that kind of scenario with a head and neck injury. He came back and played later on in the season, so everything seems to be fine. But you're still going to probably want to look at the medical just to make sure there's no, long-term risk there on the neck or anything like that there. As far as his snaps by position there this past season, 29 at the line, 113 at slot, 7 outside corner, 110 at the box, 379 at the deep. Here's the good and bad, and you'll understand why I have him graded so high, even though, again, 67.8 PFF grade. I'll be the first one to tell you. And you guys know I like to give you guys that because I think it's a good judge. So I can't really show you guys much film as much as we watch film and all. It's not my film. I'll get.
It's also not the end all be all when it comes to PFF.
No, it's not it's not that. But it's a good judge of some of the stuff that stats aren't going to tell you.
Correct.
And sometimes you're good at some things and not good at other things. And sometimes you're not used correctly. And that's what I think was the scenario with Kinchens there. He's got a good build. Again, 6 foot even, 205 pounds. That's a good size for a safety there. He's extremely athletic. He's got good long speed and good short speed. It's one of these people don't always talk about. They look at like the 40 times, go, yeah, he's got good speed. He's a speedy guy. It's not just that.
It's a bit of speed.
You want to look at like the equivalent of the shuttle run back in school when you're trying to get the presidential fitness medal thing.
I don't think they do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore? They don't do that anymore?
Arnold Schwarzenegger's not in the early 90s like we were in school going, I'm going to bump you up.
I'm going to bump you up. Yeah. But I think that, that's something that's not talked about, especially with a safety in a corner, just any of the secondary guys, because you have to be able to stop on a dime and change directions rather quickly. He does all that. He's also a ball hawk. We talked about the interceptions, 11 interceptions the past 2 years. That's really good. Here's where some of the issues come into be. Bad against the run, bad pursuit angles. Now, I'm only giving you 2 negatives, but what does that tell you? Those are very highly negative. And remember what I said I think he was just put in the wrong position as part of why he looks like he looks at that point. There was no reason to put Kamren Kinchens on the line 29 times and put him in the box for 110.
No.
That's like 140 plays at that point there that he is put in the wrong place. The wrong place, point blank. And if you want this guy to stop the run, he's not going to stop the run. That's not what he does. He is your ball hawk, deep safety. He is your cover guy at that point. That's what he does. So when you put him, 140 times, basically 20% of his plays at the wrong position, he's not going to look right when he's out of place.
Yeah.
You went ahead and put him there at the wrong spot. That's on you, Miami. I think if you put him in the right spot and play him deep and you pay him in the slot and keep him where he should be, I think you'd see a lot better of
productivity,
tape and productivity out of him because he's where he should be. It's the same as like you wouldn't take a jockey and put him on a basketball team, and then take Manute Bol.
So cute though.
Make him a jockey. Oh wait!
Yeah.
Someone did make Manute Bol a jockey. Hold on. You ever see that video of that?
Of what?
You know what Manute Bol is, right? I
Vinci-
forget sometimes. We are a football podcast, not a basketball podcast. So Manute Bol is, I think he's lost the record, but at the time when he played in the late 80s and all, he was
I know. He's like 5'9".
he was the he was the tallest player ever in the NBA. He was, what's his height? Let's see if I have it here. 7'7".
Oh my god,
That's how tall he is. 7'7". Now Wikipedia says 7'6", but looking up Google, it says 7'7" with an 8'6" wingspan. Okay. He was a guy who was never good at anything, basically, except for block shots. Even rebound, he wasn't that good at. But that man could block a shot because all he had to do was go like this.
I was about to say.
Block the shot. Yeah, and that's what he was. He was a center who just got a lot of blocks. But yeah, anyway, after he was done playing, he went out and became kind of a celebrity because he's the fun guy. He's kind of like, the gentle giant kind of thing. At that point, he was a gentle giant. So he would go out and do different things. Like he put on all the gear and went to play with a minor league hockey team one game, and it was hilarious. He had the 7'7" man on skates. Like it's just the funniest thing ever. And he did one where he dressed up as a jockey and went to go ride a horse.
The horse like, get the hell off me.
I'm hoping it was a goddamn Clydesdale. I forget. One of the Budweiser horses. Those things are freaking massive. Oh my god, the poor pony. Oh, he probably couldn't even ride the pony. Just standing up, and the pony gets up underneath him.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, you put a guy in the wrong position. You can't expect good things to happen. It's not going to happen. And I blame Miami. And I think if you put this guy in the right spot, you're going to see good things of him. He's got a lot of talent. He needs to learn. Like I said, the big thing of me is the pursuit angles. That's the one thing, because that's a coverage thing he's got to get better at. But do I want to complain he's bad against the run? No, I'm going to point it out, but I'm going to say he shouldn't be a guy you count on for run blocking. I mean, for run pursuit, run stopping. Don't put him at the line. Don't put him in the box. That's not what he does well.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.